Good evening and welcome to a special broadcast on the ongoing T20 Cricket World Cup. Well, Team India is all set to face Namibia today, but this becomes even more important because of the upcoming India versus Pakistan clash. Team India are clear favourites, but surprises are a part of T20 Cricket World Cup format, and we have to be considerate of Namibia's big upset against South Africa in the history. So anything could happen. Let's quickly begin with the India versus Namibia T20 Cricket World Cup pre-match preview. India is all set to take on Namibia in a Group A clash of the ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup at the Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium in New Delhi today. While it may look like a one-sided contest on the paper, but T20 cricket often springs surprises. After a slightly scratchy performance with the bat in their last outing, the defending champions will be eager to deliver a more complete display. Namibia, meanwhile, faces a tough challenge as they look forward to bounce back and test themselves against one of the tournament favourites. Here's a report by DD India correspondent Narayan Singh.
It's a classic David versus Goliath clash in the capital. Defending champions India are set to face Namibia in their second Group A match of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi on Thursday. Delhi gears up for a contest that, at least on paper, looks one-sided, but in T20 cricket, nothing is ever guaranteed. India will be keen to put up a more complete performance after the slightly scratchy outing with the bat against the USA on a slow 1K surface. The conditions in Delhi are expected to favour stroke makers, and that should excite a powerful Indian batting unit. The likes of Surya Kumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Ishan Kishan and Hardik Pandya would look to make full use of a better batting track. Namibia, however, have plenty of work to do. They suffered a defeat to the Netherlands at this very venue, where their batters struggled to build momentum and the bowlers couldn't defend a modest score. Facing India's depth and experience will be a far tougher challenge. This game could also provide India an opportunity to test their bench strength. With Abhishek Sharma hospitalized due to illness, the team management may be forced to tweak combinations. All eyes will be also on Sanju Samson. After a series of low scores, he will be eager to grab this chance and return to form, especially with competition for places heating up. India's bowling attack, led by Jasp, Bumrah and Arshdeep Singh, supported by Hardik Pandya and Varun Chakravarti, has the variety and firepower to trouble any batting lineup. For Namibia, it will require discipline, belief and perhaps a touch of brilliance to challenge the defending champions. The stage is set in Delhi. India aim to assert their dominance, while Namibia hope to rise beyond expectations.
On paper, India are overwhelming favourites. But as cricket often reminds us, the game isn't won on reputation, but on performance. Will it be a commanding statement from the defending champions, or can Namibia script an upset in Delhi? All eyes now on Arun Jaitley Stadium. With camera person SP Dubey, Narayan Singh, DD India, Delhi.
And now let's also give you a quick update on the Oman versus Sri Lanka encounter that took place today. The Dasung Shanaka team hammered the fastest half-century by a Sri Lanka in T20 International as the co-hosts thrashed Oman by 105 runs at the World Cup in Palakkale for their second victory. The 2014 champions piled up 225 runs for the loss of 5 wickets, which is the highest total of the tournament, before restricting Oman to 120 runs for the loss of 9 wickets. 43 years old Mohammad Nadeem waged a lone battle for Oman, compiling an unbeaten 53 to become the oldest player to score a 50 in T20 Cricket World Cup edition. Having promoted himself up the order and under pressure to deliver, Sri Lanka skipper Shanaka smashed a 19-ball half-century. He smacked the Oman bowlers to all corners of the park, peppering the stands with 5 sixes and 2 fours. Before that, Pawan Ratnayake and Kushal Mendes laid the foundation as both of them posted fluent half-centuries, stitching together a 94-run stand for the third wicket. And now talking about the much anticipated match between India and Namibia at Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium, let's quickly bring you the pitch report as well. Well, the Arun Jaitley Stadium surface is batting friendly with short boundaries. The pitch offers a good bounce and also it carries the bounce accordingly. Now, if you talk about the ideal condition, it has an ideal condition for power hitters like Ishan Kishan and Surya Kumar Yadav. Spinners may have limited assistance here unless the surface is really dry. If you talk about this particular pitch of Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium, it is a high-scoring contest on the cards because the kind of service the pitch provides. And now let's also take a look at the stats and some of the key facts about Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium here in New Delhi ahead of the India versus Namibia encounter. Well, India have played 2 games here, winning 2 and losing 2 matches. On the other hand, Namibia played against the Netherlands here in their T20 World Cup 2026 opener. India, they own the highest team total here at this particular venue, scoring 221 for a loss of 9 wickets against Bangladesh in 2024. India also have 3 scores of 200 plus here at the Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium. Ishan Kishan scored 76 in his last lone outing at Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium. And among the bowlers, Akshar Patel has 3 scalps at this very pitch. So these were some of the interesting facts and stats about the Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium. Now let's also talk about the fans. Well, thousands of cricket fans are flocking to Delhi to watch this upcoming match between India and Namibia. And they are really hoping to see a good show, a delightful match. Let's take a listen to the fans.
Can't take it as an easy match. And the Indian bowlers and Indian batsmen, both are doing very superb. You can say it is a warm-up match for the Indian-Pakistan match.
It's good that association nations are doing well, but I think Indian team is just too strong for them. And I think we will win this game very easily.
And now let's analyze this very particular game and the entire T20 Cricket World Cup. For that, I'm joined by Mr. Rakesh Rao, senior sports journalist, and also joining us at this broadcast is Narayan Singh, DD India sports correspondent from the venue itself. Good evening to both of you. First of all, coming on to you, Mr. Rao, looking at the pitch, how important the toss becomes today for both the teams?
Well, I think when you have a match between a heavyweight and a lightweight, toss does go out of the frame. Because Indians have the resources. I mean, it's just too heavy for the opposition. So even if India wins the toss, loses the toss, India is going to win the match. And you know what has become very important is the kind of start they had to their campaign. In a way, I'm very happy that that was a wake-up call for just not the top order, but also the middle order. Let's not forget, with its 44 deliveries to go, we were 6 down for just about 80-something on the board. So, for about 77 or something. So, Indians could double the score in the last 44, deliveries. So that was the kind of, the kind of character they showed in the last game. So this time, if you take away, if you just have that kind of a takeaway from that game, that look, despite having a bad game, if you could put 161 on the board, so that means India is not so badly placed. But that doesn't absolve them of the fact that they just couldn't bat in the first 13, 14, at least the first 12 overs, especially the first 6. So a lot at stake for India, although, result looks, heavily in favor of India even before the first ball is bowled. But Indians have work to do in the sense that you have to take every ball seriously, every wicket. You can't just throw away your wickets like you did against US. Of course, they bowled well. They held on to the, offerings by the Indians. But at the same time, India is a top-notch team. India is #1 in the world. So might as well play like one and, show to the world, show to all other opposition, all those aspirants besides India that, look, we are here to retain our crown. And to do that, you have to score a series of emphatic wins, including one against Pakistan. So these are the league games where the pressure is less, but Indians have to invite pressure in the sense that Indians did that in the last game, and we came out well. 29-run victory in a 20-over game is like winning a 50-over game by almost 70, 80 runs. So that is still a good win, but not the way Indians would have loved to win. But here, Namibia up next, take it seriously. Up next will be Pakistan. Of course, no no one has to remind, either like teams how important that game is. Though it's a league game, India and Pakistan are set to move to the next stage. But again, there's a lot of pride involved, ego involved, whatever you can label it as. But coming back to Namibia game, I think Indians have work to do. And that is exactly how I wanted it, that there shouldn't be any complacency. Thanks to the USA team, that they have given us an early wake-up call.
Right.
And I think that will stand India in good stead.
Let's also go across to Narayan. Narayan very rightfully said by Mr. Rao also that India, they really can't afford to be complacent in today's game. But again, we have a doubtful opening today. Can Sanju Samson in that case survive under pressure, Narayan?
Deepika, if we talk about this match, the combination, already we know that Abhishek Sharma is just down with the stomach infection. He has been released from the hospital, but today he will play or not. Still no confirmation in that. Most likelihood, we think that Sanju Samson will take his place. So we can say that it's an opportunity for him. But despite of the fact, even if plays today and scores 100, I don't think in the upcoming matches, especially against Pakistan, he is going to find a place, because we know that Abhishek Sharma, once he will come back, he will be in the playing 11. He is one of the best batter in the T20 format of the game. I think so. He is irreplaceable in the team. So I think Sanju Samson, if gets the chance, it's good. If as the tournament progresses, if someone gets injured, in that case, if he gets the chance, okay, selectors will say that, okay, Sanju Samson has scored a half century or century in the match against Namibia. So he is there. We know that there is no questions about the talent and the potential of the Sanju Samson, what he has done for the Rajasthan Royal. Also, we know that he scored 300 in the T20 also. So hoping that we all likelihood, if Abhishek is not playing today, he gets a chance. But most importantly, I think what if Siraj, the way he performed in the first match, if Bumrah is fit, definitely I think he will be replaced by Bumrah, and other options may be open for the Team India. But I think if they brings, I think a spinner, if they brings in the squad, then they have to sacrifice a batter. So in that case, I think they have to think a lot before the marquee match against Pakistan, because today I think there is no need to do too much tinkering with the playing 11, and whoever is fit, just play them and just prepare for the next match, take it as a warm-up match.
Coming on to you, Mr. Rao, as you said that we really have to be mindful of today's game as well, because we have bigger games ahead. And the game against USA was again a concern, as you mentioned, with an early start. But there, Sky, Surya Kumar Yadav made the most of it. But as a team, the team lacked that spirit somewhere. Today, again, they are up against Namibia. What do you think? Should they go with the same playing 11, or should they make the most of it and be well prepared ahead of the match, which is meant to be played for pride?
Well, not for pride exactly, because you need these 2 points and you have to win emphatically. As I said, what you need to do is play your best 11 minus Abhishek. Don't take any chances, because you're up next comes your best game of the league. So it will be a full dress rehearsal for our team. A. B. The conditions in Colombo are going to be different. So I mean, the team think tank, they are all aware of it, but take one match at a time, in fact, one delivery at a time, and go ahead. You cannot afford to take things lightly, because USA has already given you a kind of they pushed you in a corner and made you realize that, look, on a given day, anything can happen. So you have to remember that this is a T20 game. So the gap between a good team and a team which is not so good is bare minimal. So now what you need to do is, you always remember, this is for, like all the sportsmen normally do, and especially in cricket, shorter the format, the gap between the two teams gets narrower and narrower. So you always have an outside chance for the underdog. But what you need to do here is you have to maintain your level of play. You playing at your best, being the best team in the world, even if it's Australia or England, if they play their best, you will still come out stronger. So you need to keep reinventing yourself, rediscovering yourself, and come out with the best version. This need not happen every single day. But if you don't come good with the bat, you have to come good with the ball. Or if you are fielding, if you're like bowling first, if you don't come good with the ball, your batters have to come to the party. So that is how great teams play. So you know that every day, everybody will not click. But with a number of match winners, it just needs one or two guys to come good. So Indians have the resources. We have the capability of beating any team. But when you're playing a team which is like Namibia or US or even like Netherlands, you have to motivate yourself. That motivation doesn't come automatically because you somehow feel that the quality of attack is not good. So the bowlers become a little complacent. And most of all, be it Australia or Namibia, your fielding cannot afford to lower the bar at any point. You still have to catch every single ball that comes your way. So a lot to look forward to. And, as I said, Indians have to win emphatically. Get it as a full dress rehearsal, but play seriously. It cannot be like, if I'm not scoring, the guy coming next will do the job. No, you don't have to have that attitude. And these guys are professional cricketers. They know that this is an opportunity to get your confidence to the next level, get some runs behind you. So you have everything going in your favor ahead of the India-Pakistan game. Now, just use the opportunity, stay as much as possible at the crease. Let every guy contribute, not that they leave it to somebody else. No loose shots here. Play to your form, play to your capability, and show that you're ready for the challenges ahead.
Coming back to you, Narayan, when we talk about today's game, though it's not a very high voltage encounter, but again, we cannot take any of the teams lightly. In this case, we are expecting the return of Washington Sundar and Bumrah. What do you think? How are they going to add to the length and breadth of the team, considering the big game against Pakistan, which is just 2 days away from now?
Definitely, Deepika. Bumrah is a player who is irreplaceable. We definitely talk about if you think about the T20 format, yeah, definitely. Today, he will be there. He will feature. Yesterday, we saw during the practice, he was practicing hard. So, in all likelihood, he will play. But as far as I'm concerned, Washington Sundar maybe don't feature in the playing 11 because we know that already the line is so packed. Recently, he has joined after some fitness issues with him. But all in all, I think, as you mentioned, that we can't take any match complacent because we know that what kind of cricket the associate nations and underdogs played in this World Cup. We talk about Afghanistan and South Africa match. Afghanistan dragged that South Africa match into super overs, and the way Nepal did against England. So all in all, we can say that's going to be a good thing for the associate nations too. Learning curve for them, playing with the best against the world. If Namibia is playing today against India, definitely it's a big opportunity for them to learn how to take the good lessons of the game from the players like Jasprit Bumrah. And at the top of the order, we can say that we have batters like Abhishek Sharma and Ishan Kishan is there, and our clutch player Hardik Pandya. So a lot of learnings will be there, and I think this Indian team, it is one of the best. If you take a record, they are the defending champions, and if they win this World Cup, they will become the first team to defend the T20 World Cup, as well as become the first team to win a World Cup at home. But I think the quality of players they have, their winning run will continue, because I think there is a big distance and big gulf between India and other teams in terms of quality, in terms of performance. If you take a look at India's record, they have 9 consecutive wins in the T20 World Cups, including the 8 wins in the previous World Cup, and the highest goes to Australia, and they broke that record. So right now, they are invincible, as we are watching Hardik Pandya on the screen. The players like Hardik Pandya, I think, for me, it's like a once-in-a-generation player. He will open for you in the bowling and then can do in the middle overs too. If we talk about his death overs too, the way he controlled the match in the finals against South Africa, in the final of the 2024 World Cup. So we can say that it's a boon to the India that we have the players like Hardik Pandya and Abhishek Sharma at the top of the order. All in all, India is the favorite. I think it will be a very difficult task for any team to beat India. If only 2 things, a freakish cricket by any team, their opponents, or a bad day in office. These 2 factors can beat India. Otherwise, their juggernaut will continue.
Coming back to you, Mr. Rao, when we talk about a match against the favourites, talking about Team Namibia, can they really make the most of an illness and injury-plagued Indian side, though they are still the strongest side of all the teams?
Yeah, see, the fact remains for them, they should first believe that they can beat India. If USA could embarrass India in the first 13 overs, I think Namibia has every reason to believe that if not 12 overs or 13 overs, we can at least do some damage in the first 6. That, the main reason being Indian batters they'll just go after any bowling, not just Namibia. Even if Pakistan is bowling, which is supposed to be armed with good pace attack, Indians will still go for them. So the point is that when you go for the runs, there's every possibility of a miscued hit and anything can happen. But Namibia will have to bowl in the right areas and expect these edges to go, and then your fielders should hold on to them. So a lot should happen for Namibia to, put India in a spot. But after what India has been through in the last game, Indians will be a little more careful because they know their stuff. They don't have to go after every ball. It's a 120 ball game. And even if you send 50% of these balls, if you get 2s and 4s and 6s, you are looking at 200 runs on the board. So Indians or any top team, they calculate their chase or their entire innings in such a way that you have a good fighting total for your bowlers. So your bowlers should have something to bowl at. Number two, in India, irrespective of what happens, given a choice, I think India should bat first because your batting order, be it the top order, the middle order, they need game time in the middle. So the batters should spend 20 overs out there. Even if you lose 3 wickets, 4 wickets, max, it shouldn't come down to number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. No, we don't want that. Let 120 balls be faced by our top 6 guys, and that is exactly what you need. Even if Surya comes good, it is good. Even if he doesn't get a good knock today, I think Indians should still be able to cross 180, 200, and that should be enough. But I want all the top order guys to get game time in the middle. And if they are in, you will see a total well past 200.
And records also favour for the same. Narayan Williams said that the key to Namibia's chances will be a strong batting performance at the top of the order. But are they really prepared for that? Because considering the side that the Indians are favourite, and they are also definitely working on their top order because this is what their analysts speak.
If we talk about, as I already mentioned, that the way the associate countries so far in the World Cup has performed, definitely it's a good opportunity for them. And talk about the team against India, which has a fantastic bowling lineup. Arun Jaitley is there. If somehow Kuldeep Yadav also gets a chance in this match because the next match is in Sri Lanka. And we know that in that scenario, they can also give a chance to Kuldeep Yadav because if you take a look, what kind of performance so far in the Colombo ground we have, the spinners are just coming heavily on the batters and taking wickets. So in that context, if they today plays that Kuldeep Yadav in the game, I think definitely it's going to be a definitely difficult task for the Namibia team.
There seems to be a network issue there, Narayan. We would like to go across to Mr. Rao here. Mr. Rao, when we talk about the Namibian side, the Namibia skipper expressed his displeasure about not having a night practice session, quoting that they don't have floodlights back home in Namibia, so they don't really play a day and night or night games. Can this really make them underconfident against tournament favourites today?
Necessarily, but let's face the facts. Yes, they don't have the facilities, and they have a point there. I mean, since they don't have it, they could have asked for at least a day or 2 extra and spent more time there because they were given a day slot to play in the middle. Yes, of course, he has a very valid point. But going beyond that, I mean, when associate nations make a request, you know that they have no choice. When they make it, I think it should be heard. And also, these things could have been sorted out long ago. You had the schedule, you knew when you were arriving, you knew the slots. If you had expressed your willingness to play at a certain point, I'm sure it could have been considered.
Indeed.
Not agreed
Instead
necessarily,
of
but definitely considered.
Yeah,
because that is coming out of frustration. It is not that, for them, for Namibia to complain, are they going to play any psychological game? No. These guys are just expressing their frustration. That's about it. And I think this situation shouldn't have arisen. But yes, since it happened and the captain had to make a mention of it, I think for future, ICC could do well by considering some of these genuine requests.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Rao. And thank you so much, Narayan, for joining us and getting us a rounded perspective on the India versus Namibia T20 Cricket World Cup encounter, which is going to be an interesting one. A high-scoring game is on the cards. India has a lot to prove. And for that reason, Namibia have got an important opportunity playing against the tournament favourites. And ahead of the India versus Pakistan clash, this comes as a good warm-up match for Team India. With this it's a wrap here on this special broadcast on Mission World Cup. We'll be right back with more updates on DD India. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.